and the police car had got behind me, but they hadn't turned the lights on. It's like every corner I had turned, they turned. So in my mind, I'm looking through the mirror while I'm driving. So in my mind, I noted that they finna pull me over.
And you were mine, and I was yours. And we were fine behind closed doors. No space or time could change it all. And now we find these vacant halls where those pictures used to be. Now it's shattered, broken glass. And every time
What's good, YouTube? It's your boy Damien Crier, and I am back with another video. I hope all of you guys are having a wonderful, blessed, and amazing day today. If you have not subscribed to the Crier family, you already know what to do. Turn that bell on so you're subscribed to the channel. But being subscribed to the channel only means you are subscribed and all that good stuff, guys. I appreciate every last one of you, man, who've been showing me so much support lately on the Crier family. You know, I really feel truly honored, man, truly blessed. A lot of new people pulled up just to watch me, you know, just to watch me. And that's always a good thing, man. You know, the other night I went live, and this person came in my live and they said, man, I only have 160 subscribers, man. You know, and I told that individual, listen, be thankful for that 160 subscribers. You know, when I was in school, growing up, like, I wasn't popular in school or nothing like that. I didn't even have like the really nicer things when I was in school, but I was still humble, you know, and I was thankful for what I had. And so I didn't get any attention in school at all, except for like when I got kicked out and got bad grades, was always in trouble at the principal office and stuff. So I would say if you got 160 subscribers, man, if you got 50 subscribers, just know that that's 160 people or 50 people who enjoy watching you and watching your content. So always be thankful for what you have, man. Don't complain about what you like don't complain about the small things, man. You know, just be grateful. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, guys, so yesterday or the day or two ago, I did a video where I made Italian sausage spaghetti, and it was really good. It was my first time ever making it. It was my first time ever eating it. And I'm not gonna lie, it had Olive Garden written, oh gosh, sorry guys. It had Olive Garden written all over it. And so that food was so good that you guys know I made a big pot of it, so I had a lot of leftovers. And so what I decided to do with that leftover, like in my house, we not getting rid of leftovers. Even if it's just me, it don't matter. I'm not getting rid of leftovers in my house. So I'm gonna show you guys what I'm gonna do today. So this is some of my leftovers from the other day. Ooh, we are really bright. There we go. Sorry about that, y'all. So these are my leftovers from the other day. These are the spaghetti noodles right here. I made a big pan of them. I broke them down and put them in separate containers, storage containers. And then I have the homemade spaghetti sauce that I made myself. Now the sauce was already made in the jar, the ragu spaghetti sauce that you buy. But when I say make it myself, I added my own sauteed onions. Most importantly, I added the main course to the sauce, which was the Italian sausage. So I'm gonna be making this right here. Obviously, it's already cooked, so I'll be just having to warm that up. And I still have a few pieces of this delicious garlic bread left over from the other night. So what I decided to do with this dish, I said to myself, well, what's a good way to make something to eat with the spaghetti? So as you guys do know, a few days ago, I went to the store and I bought some codfish. Codfish is a fish I've only heard of, but I have never actually tried codfish before. Now, I was looking for like the square codfish that's in the bag, but I couldn't find it, so I ended up buying a small pack of codfish. I think it was from Kroger's. So here's the codfish right here that I'm gonna be cooking with my fish. I actually have it sitting inside of this oil. This is the oil that I got. I used the same oil for when I fried the Italian sausage. By the way, I never showed you guys the progress of my spice cabinet. So it's got a long ways to go, but I got everything kind of like sorted out, little assortments of this, little assortments of that. But this is the oil right here, guys, that I'm actually using. for that. And that's what's actually coated at the bottom of this tin foil pan. And also I have my oven preheated, set to 350 degrees. What is going on? I have my oven preheated to 350 degrees. And here is the cod right here. I have the codfish right here in this tin foil pan. I went ahead and mixed the oil around really, really gently. I don't know what it is, like my phone starts ringing as soon as I start doing a video. And that's my fault because I should have it on silence. So I decided, since this is codfish, I've never really eaten this fish before, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of this Old Bay seasonings on it. I'm not gonna go too crazy. I noticed that this fish, as it unthawed, it was extremely soft, which means it kind of like broke really, really easy. And I'm gonna put a little bit black pepper. I always say a little bit, but I end up putting more than a little bit. And as you guys can see, I have some fresh lemon slices right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and garnish it with these fresh lemon slices. And then I'm going to pop this bad boy in the oven. I got the tin foil right here. Again, guys, I wanted to make the cod the other day. I think I said something in the video the other day too, to the effect that I had bought the codfish, but I didn't want to cook it because I had got home so late and stuff and trying to get everything ready for Super Bowl Sunday that I just didn't have time to do the fish, and I wanted to get you guys the video out there as I promised. So I'm gonna be making codfish today. Again, I've never had this before, and I'm gonna be baking it in the oven. We're talking about healthy, right? We stand on our healthy journey. So I'm not saying I'm gonna always eat healthy, but right now we're gonna do a healthy journey. Again, this is everything that I'll be eating with it. Obviously, I'm not gonna eat all this. This is a lot of food, but I'm gonna make me a nice little plate when this comes out, and I'm gonna do a little sit down video for you guys. But first, I'm gonna show you how everything looks when it comes out the oven. So we're gonna go ahead and get this wrapped up right now. I'm not for sure what to set the oven on as far, well, this oven, I don't think this oven has a timer like my other oven at my old place. Nope, I don't see where it has a time. Oh, wait, there it is. Timer on, off. Let's see here. Oh, wow, there we go. Let's do 30 minutes, guys. Actually, we're gonna do, oh, that's not hours. Oh, shoot, I see what I'm doing. I'm doing this wrong. I almost screwed up, guys. Let's take this down to, let's take it down to 25 minutes. So we're gonna set this in the oven for 25 minutes, guys, and get this all cooked up, and I'll see you guys when I get back. Thank you for this food I'm about to receive, Heavenly Father, Lord. Thank you for watching over my loved ones, my children, Lord, my family, my friends, Lord. I ask you to continue to strengthen us in every area of our life, Lord, in the name of Jesus, amen. So guys, I'm back with the eating part of this video. Again, I have a pretty good appetite, but the last video I did, I don't know what it is, but when you like cooking and you're talking and you start to like taste stuff as it's cooking to make sure that it's all done, you kind of get full a little bit. So I'll try my best. So what I did with the leftover Italian sausage spaghetti from the other night, I took them leftovers and I rewarmed them up and stuff. I still got the garlic bread, the Italian mix right here for the spaghetti. And I added codfish to this dinner right here. I've never actually eaten this fish before. And if I did, it might have been like a whole lot of years ago. So let you guys see the dish. Give you guys like a little close up real quick. Yeah, I am using a plastic fork. I have not opened up my dishware set yet. But this is what it's trying to make it look really nice and presentable for the video. Turn it around a little bit so you guys can see it a little better. This is what it looks like, guys. Just a really quick, simple dish. And it really didn't take me long to make. Most importantly, all I had to do was really warm up the Italian sausage, the spaghetti noodles, and the garlic bread. So I wasn't for sure what I wanted to talk about in this video right here, but I'm kind of sure I know some of the things I want to talk about. Someone had asked me once, Like, well, it wasn't just asked once, it was asked multiple times. That spaghetti is still hitting. Let's try that cod. Oh, you can taste everything in that cod, the lemon. This is really good. Being that I had never cooked it before, if I had fried the cod, I would have knew exactly how long it would have took to cook, because I like to fry a lot of foods. But since I'm doing more baking my foods now, I wasn't for sure. So I think I put the oven on a timer of 20 minutes the first time. And the second time I put a timer on of, I think it was 8 minutes. So I didn't want to overcook it. It looks like I did pretty good. The fish itself tastes really good. But, wow, this is really good. This is really good. A lot of people usually get rid of their leftovers. I'm glad I didn't. I think my garlic bread came out kind of hard though. Came out really hard, but it's fine. But one of the questions I was asked on multiple occasions, you guys know, but I told you like in the last few videos, you know, I got people that I know that's friends, but I don't have like a lot of friends. Over the years, I got stabbed in the back so many times when it came to friendship. I'm gonna give you guys a prime example. And if any of my family members back home or friends at home is watching this video, they know exactly what I'm talking about. And they most importantly know exactly who I'm talking about. But years ago, I lived in Indiana. I had a close friend. I mean, we was cool. Back then, that's when you can honestly say friends was really genuine friends back then. So one day, I picked him up. I forget what we was gonna do that day. But I picked him up, I don't know if we was going to the mall or what it was. Because back in the day when I was growing up, hanging out at the mall on the weekends is what everybody did. Even if you wasn't buying anything, just hanging out. So I remember picking him up, and we was driving, and the police car had got behind me, but they hadn't turned the lights on. It was like every corner I had turned, they turned. So in my mind, I'm looking through the mirror while I'm driving. So in my mind, I noted that they finna pull me over. This is hitting. And so my guy, he's like, "You cool, man?" I'm like, "No, they still behind me." I was so busy looking in the mirror, trying to see if they was gonna light me up with the cherries or whatever. I didn't realize what he was in the passenger seat doing. So when the police pulled me over, they finally pulled me over. You know, I gave them my driver's license and my registration. I never forget, because at the time I didn't have insurance. So they were asking me all these questions and this and that. So it was time for, like, I think I had a warrant for my arrest. That's what had happened. I had a misdemeanor warrant for my arrest because I had failed to go to court for something. But they made me step out of the car. They made him step out of the car. And they called the tow truck and stuff. So before the tow truck had arrived, the police, I guess they had probable cause to search my car because I had a warrant for my arrest. And when they reached up under the passenger seat, it was a small handgun up under the passenger seat. I know for a fact that it wasn't mine. And right to this day, like, I still say that it wasn't mine. But my friend was the only one sitting in that passenger seat. So I ended up going to jail, not only for the ticket, but I ended up going to jail for the gun charge as well. Now, after about now I didn't sit in jail for 3 or 4 weeks at the time, but after 3 or 4 weeks that went by, they had dismissed the case because they couldn't prove that it was mine and it was up under the passenger seat. And so I didn't find out until like a long time later on down the line that it was actually his gun. And what really pissed me off about the whole thing is because he confessed to it a long time, like years later, but he didn't confess to the police. He just confessed to me. And so when I think about it, I'm like, man, my dog was gonna let me actually go to jail and do time for this gun charge, knowing that he knew the whole time that the gun wasn't mine. And it was like, I just couldn't do it no more. So finally, as years went on, I started hanging out with like this older cat, well, 2 older cats. One we called JB, the other one's called Dave. And these were like my real best friends. Like they were much older than me, but we became real close over time. Our friendship pretty much consisted of us like going to the club together. We did karaoke all the time. And then we started working at the same place because Dave and JB worked at the same company. And they ended up getting me a job at the company. So we started doing a carpool. So I ended up becoming real close to them. So they were some real friends to me. But since I moved out here to Texas, I haven't really, like you guys might see me in their videos, pop up and see somebody in the video every once in a while. But those are not like my friends, those are my son's friends. But when I first got down here, this garlic bread is done. I microwaved it. I ended up microwaving it from the other day, but I think I microwaved it too hard. So we're gonna get that out of here. But when I moved down here to Texas, I was living in this town. It's called Rosenberg. I mean, it was a nice little town. But I stayed in this apartment. Those of you who follow my journey since I've been living in Texas, you guys remember when I moved down here, you know. So when I lived in Rosenberg in this apartment complex, I was only there for like maybe 2.5 months in that apartment complex. But I had to need a barber when I moved here because I didn't have a barber here. And so I ended up Googling the barber shop that was like a couple of blocks from the apartment complex where I lived at. And I started going up there, getting my hair cut regularly. And the barber was cool, you know. I thought it was cool. Like, I would go to his barber shop, he'll cut my hair. Sometime my daughter Margaret would bring her kids over, my grandsons, and I would take them to that same barber shop to get my hair cut, to get their hair cut as well. So he would charge me like 22 bucks or whatever. For mine, it was like 22 bucks, and then for the kids, he would only charge like 12 bucks a piece for them. And my daughter has 3 boys. So for all of us together, it was like $50-something, which wasn't bad for a haircut. So what ended up happening is the situation that I was in when I first moved here, it had went sideways, meaning it didn't go too well. So I ended up moving out, and I moved in with my son, Damon and Bianca. I stayed with them for about 2 months. Yeah, it was like 2 months I stayed with them. But I had still went back to Rosenberg and let the same guy cut my hair. So basically, when I moved out of my son's house, after my bad situation I had in 2019, I ended up getting a house. This lady, she ended up renting me this house. And that's the house I was in for almost 3 years. And so, just weirdly, like about a month after, now mind you, where I lived at Where I lived at in Texas, and where the guy was from Rosenberg who used to cut my hair, that's almost a 50-minute difference, like in travel time. So I had the guy's personal number. Because sometimes he'll say, hey, if you ever want me to pull up to the house, I can pull up and cut your hair. But the difference is, if you do house calls, instead of $20 or $22 a haircut, they charge me $50 because you got to get the travel fee. Excuse me. So I'm like, okay, cool, bet. So we started coming over to the house, cutting my hair. One day, he hit me up. He was like, yo, Dang. He always called me Dang. Yo, Dang. I don't live in Rosenberg anymore. I got a little spot in Houston now, close to where you live at. I'm like, huh? Cool. I said, bet. So now my barber, he done moved from Rosenberg, Texas, mind you, almost 50-something odd minutes closer to where I'm at in Houston. So I had him go over to my crib a couple times, cut my hair, this and that, and you know, it was kind of pricey, but the dude did such a good work on my hair. But I had never, now he said he had moved closer to me, but I had never knew where he stayed at. Obviously, I wasn't gonna be that personal. So the situation, it went from me calling him or texting him when I was ready for a haircut to him calling me like every other day. He like he would hit me up, he'd be like, hey bro, I'm like 10 minutes from your house, man. I was just wondering if you need your haircut today. I'm like, you just cut it like 3 days ago. So I'll be like, no, I'm good. So to make a long story short, after about a month or two goes by, he starts texting my phone at like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And he's like I wouldn't see the message until the next day. Like I would see his text message the next morning when I woke up. Like I'm not gonna wake up. If I'm asleep, I'm asleep. But if I'm up and my phone is like close to me and it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, somebody texts me, it's a high probability that I may respond because I'm already up. So when I wake up in the morning, I see the guy's text message. He texts me at 2 something in the freaking morning. And he said, hey bro, I know it's kind of late, man, but I was just thinking about you, you know, and so I didn't respond right then and there. But later on that day, I responded. I was like, yo, bro, I appreciate you letting me know that you was thinking about me. I said, but don't you think 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning texting me was a little odd? You know, I look at a lot of things like it's kind of sus a little bit, especially if it don't make sense. It's like, why do you gotta text me at 2, 3 in the morning telling me that you're thinking about me when you could have did that all day? But coming from a man, texting another man at 2 or 3 in the morning saying I'm thinking about you, come on now. My antennas went straight up in the air, so I'm like, I'm not really messing with this dude no more. So it went from him cutting my hair, coming to my spot, to there was no more haircuts because I stopped responding. So one day, I think this maybe like a few weeks later, I forget what I was doing. I might have been doing something outside my front door at the time. And the guy, he hit me up. He was like, hey bro, I'm a few minutes from your house. I want to pull up and talk to you for a second. By that time, I had already opened the message. So he can see that I opened the message already because it say read. So I was like, cool, what's up? So he pulled up, got out the car. He was like, man, I was gonna come over your crib last night, man. I wanna know, you know, he said, I'm going through some stuff right now, bro. And he said, I'm gonna need a spot to lay my head for a minute. Now, mind you, I don't really know this guy that well. Bro, you used to cut my hair in one part of Texas. And then all of a sudden you made your way over to where I live at now. But to make a long story short, man, I never really spoke to the guy again because I thought that it was really, really weird, man. So I don't have nothing against anybody, but I just feel like keeping your circle small is the best way to move, man. It is. I realized, like, just because that you meet somebody and you think that they cool, doesn't mean that they really are cool. And then there was like a lot of stuff like along the way. It was like several times he hit me up, but it was like at an appropriate time. He was like, bro, I got a video idea. He was like, bro, and I'm thinking to myself, like, why is he hitting me up? You my barber. So it was like, I felt like he was trying to get real cool with me for the wrong reason. And I really had liked the guy because he had a son that was my son Darian's age. And they used to come over to the house, I allowed his son to come over to my house and stay the night with Darian when Darian would come back and forth to Texas. But the whole situation just got kind of weird to me. And the funny thing is, the reason why I bring that up is I was at the main event, bowling, about 4 or 5 months ago. When I was in there bowling, this guy, big old kid, walks up to me and turned around. It was the son. He was like, hey man, you know, how you doing, man? I missed coming over, hanging out with you. Do you still live in the same spot? And then he started apologizing to me for his dad, and this kid, man, he's probably like 16 years old now, 17. But it's like, I try not to really get close to anybody unless I know that it's real genuine. Like on YouTube, I met a lot of cool people, man. Like people in the DMs that hit me up every once in a while. I don't always respond, but I do respond to some. And I be trying to try to keep my distance away from a lot of people because a lot of people, they'll convince you that they're good for you. And then you come to find out later on that they had intentions the whole time, man. And it's like, so I've had like a couple incidents where I had really, really bad experience when it came to friends. And I just decided, I find it easier just doing my own thing now. I've changed my number, not now. I've had the same number for like a couple of years now, which is shocking because I'm usually happen to have to change my number because of something dumb happened. But I just find it easier just to stay in your own lane. And it does sting at times because you have to find stuff to do. You have to come up with things to do on a day-to-day basis to keep yourself busy, to keep yourself occupied, to keep your mind focused on other things. And it's like, I don't know, man. I don't know. I was told one time, hey, maybe you should get out and start meeting new people. And I have, but it's not like, the people that I meet, all they want to do is go to the club and stuff. Like, that's really not my thing. And I don't have nothing against anybody. Because I was the same person. I was in the club 3 or 4 times a week. It was like Thursday. No, it was Wednesday for karaoke night. They had a Taco Tuesday night at the club. And then they had chicken wings Saturday night, 25-cent wings. So I was always in the club, man. But it's like you just don't know who's who now anymore. But anyway, guys, this meal is really good. The leftover spaghetti, I've heard people say before, food tastes better the next day because all of the flavors mix in together. They say so. Sometimes food is better the very next day. This spaghetti, I made this 2 nights ago, and it's even better today, guys. So I'm glad that I didn't let it go to waste. And instead of eating the spaghetti by itself, I decided to make this cod fish. So this is my first time again, like I said, eating this fish. If I ate this fish years ago, it wasn't because I cooked it. But would I go back and buy this fish again? Absolutely. I think for like the 2 fish fillets that came in this bag, well, one was like a fillet and the other one was like a little small square. I think the total price for this bag of cod only had 2 slices in it. I think I probably paid like $5 for it, maybe a little bit more. But it was well worth the price and I would definitely be going back and getting it again. But, before I end this video off, guys, comment down below if you had a bad friend story and if you had to cut them off or why you had to cut them off. Did y'all ever rekindle the friendship? Also comment down below if you guys think that I'm wrong because I misjudged the person. But I say that to say this, like there's 24 hours in a day. If somebody texts me at 3 in the morning and it's a guy at that, I mean, if it's a man texting another man at 3 in the morning, I mean, if it's not an emergency, I just feel like somebody texting me at that time in the morning saying that they thinking about me is kind of suspect. Like, you know, bro, I don't get down like that. Again, I have nothing against nobody who do, but it's like, if I don't give you that type of energy, like, don't bring me that type of energy, because I don't reciprocate that type of energy that well. I'm thinking, my mind is going to be thinking that you on some weird stuff, bro. So it's like, but anyway, you guys leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section down below. Once again, thank you for watching this video, man. I love you guys, and I'm going to see you all in the next video. Peace.